Well, hello there, humans, bees, earthlings, whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, if you're lucky enough indeed to be doing it too. My name is Bushka, and today I'm going to talk you through how you can win solo squads, particularly on Miramar, where I've been playing a lot on the EU server. I am a YouTuber by trade, so I do a lot of my drops where I just don't really care, and I'm just dropping purely and simply for content. And that's when I'll hot drop. I'll solo squad hot drop all the time. And when it comes off, it looks great. And when it doesn't, I just don't care. I go back to the drawing board and we start again. And you can see here, there is a very big difference between the top 3 games in this leaderboard and the bottom 4 games on this board. The top 3 games are solo squatting Miramar first, second, and first. And the bottom 4 games are me just dropping Picardo and trying to kill squads. And I want to walk you through how you do the top 3 games. And the first thing I want to talk about, which not a lot of people talk about, and if anyone who's played with me will attest to this, I am OCD about positioning my car to the point where I get angry about people parking in the wrong place and driving the wrong way more than anything else in the game. Ask Dingerling, ask Steve, ask Prax, ask anyone. That's what I really get annoyed at. And you're going to see here, I am also wearing a level 3 helmet. In all these clips where I'm peaking, I'm in a level 3 helmet. It's, along with a buggy for me, it is the most important piece of kit I can get a hold of. Watch how I am always putting the buggy in a position where it's less likely that the wheels are going to get taken out. I moved the buggy literally 3 meters there.
Watch out.
And then I double click to check what the circle's going to be like and if that area is going to be in. And I move the buggy directly behind the car that everyone knows is already there. Create a little V for myself, always using the car correctly. There is a car in a field out there being used incorrectly. First, that shows where someone is. If you're parking your buggy in a bad space, it shows where you are. Secondly, if you're just lying on the ground, it means you've made a rotation without any kind of thought at all. And when you rotate, you want to rotate the edges of the blue. You can see I was rotating around the very edge of the circle in a buggy. There's 2 things there. One, it gets cleanup on anyone that's coming in. Anyone that wants to stop in the blue late game and take an engagement against you is going to get chunked. Anyone coming out of the blue is going to be extraordinarily hurt already. And then if you see someone rotating on the inside of the blue, you get to choose how you take that engagement. There's someone on the Foot Falcon there. I pull up on the nearest available ridgeline, get an overlook, get an easy clear, pick up his M24, go on to get some knocks on the people in Hacienda del Patron, and win the game because of it. You also shouldn't be afraid to take quick bursts of blue to get to better positions. A lot of people seem to treat the blue like an impenetrable wall that you can't touch. And it can actually be a huge ally to you, particularly when you're alone. You can maneuver people into positions where the blue is helping you and hurting them. And if you really want to get somewhere, a quick dive around the back end of the blue here, way away from the flight path, is going to get you a whole lot of love. It will allow you to come in the perfect location. And that can be just as important as winning a gunfight or taking a gunfight when you don't need one. If we have a look here, that's the flight path. And this is simple stuff. And you want to be looking to get as far away from the flight path as possible when you're rotating in. That's called the dead side of the circle. We call it the dead side because obviously people drop under the flight path first. The best players tend to hot drop directly under the flight path. All these lobbies had conquerors in them. I'm not kidding. Every single lobby had a conqueror in them. Oftentimes they were the plane leader. This is early season EU. Although we're only diamond something, we're right chock in the middle of the sweaty squads. So even though it looks like I am wide open from the back and in a horrible position, in fact, I've rotated in way out from the flight path because I went through the blue, went dead side, and I used the buggy. The buggy is clutch. If you are alone, and you might be in a squad, but the whole squad's been wiped, grab a buggy. The reason, there's twofold. One, it handles rough terrain so much better. It's super low ground and rugged, low to the ground and rugged, so you can hide the wheels at least in these depressions all over the place. And you can boost the crap out of the buggy and it won't run out of petrol. There is nothing more frustrating than doing 140 in the Murado, getting to a position, and that's it. You've got no more fuel. You're done. Watch this really tight rotation here. We talk about having to make tough choices to win games. There are 21 people left in this circle. There was 30 people left when I rotated in. This is when things start getting very, very tight, and it's centered around Picardo. So I don't love driving in and just sitting in a building. An aggressive squad can monster push you, and there's not a lot you can do unless you're running a DBS and have a perfect stairwell. So what I'm doing here is moving right along the edge of this circle, steering away from any gunshots, and I'm not going to get out of the buggy until I'm happy that I'm in a safe place. And you can't panic. You're going to run into people. I would like the back end of this hill. I'm going to slow down, but I'm not going to get out. There we go. Someone's there. And this is where the buggy really shines. Look how low the profile is here. I'm not going to keep rotating in a crazy way. I'm just going to pull up in the safest place I can find, right here. Use the buggy for cover. These guys aren't able to shoot me because the guys in the hill are going to shoot them back. I reposition my buggy. I told you I was OCD about positioning. And I've got an AWM because I have been hitting the drops. And I'm going to use it up there. I told you, there's one. It's a knock. And we're just really, one of the funny things, I think at the end of this game, I got 4 kills. But I did 1,300 damage or 1,400 damage. And it's because you can't give up position just to get a kill. It's not like you're killing someone and then trying to thirst the knock and using it as a leverage point to charge. What I'm doing here is positional gunplay. I will put the gun in the game if I can use it. And when I'm full health with my 3 helmet, I'm pretty comfortable taking shots. We get another knock. Get a headshot. That's fine. You can't be just peeking again until you're full health because there's 18 people left. This is a sweaty as hell Euro lobby. And I've looked at where I want to go. And I know that now is time to get center circle. I actually drive as hard underneath that ridgeline as I can because I want to hit the valley here. Look at how I'm looking for the pale dirt. The pale dirt is where there is no real incline. If you keep looking for the pale dirt, you should be okay. Once you go like I did there, on the red cracked stuff, you start getting air, and that's bad news. Still, we were quick enough that we were able to get straight into the center of the circle and do the business. And then we're on a hold here. We're on a hold. Go buy what we need, and just stop people from rotating in. You're not trying to kill everyone. You're trying to stop people from rotating in. You're trying to put people in situations where everyone else is doing your job for you. We are simply trying to win this game. And we're not taking huge excessive risks. Eventually, people will try to make plays. And when they start making plays, that's when you start picking up the kills. Sadly, this game didn't end. This is the one where we came second. And I thought it was our best rotating game through the toughest, most packed rotations into what was a very difficult final circle. You can see these guys have got the hill. And there's actually a 3v1v1 here. I've smoked ahead. And I'm gutted I lost this. I did everything I could. And you're going to see why I lost it in just a short while. Staying very calm. I mean, those Greds, they're right on top of him. That's a knock. I think it was actually a 2v2v1. And I timed my push perfectly. Not giving it up, staying calm. And this is the end game. You've got to be calm. Get under. Perfect push. Timed perfectly. It's now a 2v1. Here. I was sure he was dead. I was sure he was dead. I can't tell you how many. And tell me in the comments below. Have you done that before? Where you just are so certain that you've killed the guy, you just stop and move on? Yeah. Yeah. Let's have a look at this one. This is a finish here that I want to talk a little bit about because it was actually a very clever finish. I thought so anyway. We're going to use a couple of fake plays on this one. Again, we're going to rotate right on the edge of the circle. We're going to rotate as much as possible dead side. It's too late now. Like, everyone's here. There's 10 people left. But that's not that big a circle. That's not a big number for Miramar. You saw in the last game there was 20 people left rotating into a circle of the same size. So this is considerably more expansive. And it's actually going to get a lot more open. There's a squad v squad fight just down below the edge of this hill. You can see there's a buggy here on the right. So when I pull up, this is the thing. I'm not worried about getting to the other side of the hill to get my fair share of the third party knocks and get a 20 bomb. I'm on 1 kill. I am playing this to win. I had a video in mind, I'm going to be honest. And I wanted to showcase how if you just want to play to win, you don't have to just lie down in the grass in Erangel. You can be a proactive part of the game. You just are not going to be pushing squads and knocking people on stairwells in apartments. It's a very different style of gameplay. And in fact, this is my favorite map. I mean, it's most of my friends' favorite map as well, Miramar. It's what we do. There is 2 sets of players down there. There's 2 twos at either of those dots. One is on the south side of the road, one is on the north. I'm going to put myself as the 3rd point in the triangle. Now, the triangle is the important shape here because you do not want to be in the middle of a line, okay? If you are a solo in the middle of the line and you're not in a fantastic place like I was at gas station, then you're going to get chewed up. There's too many utilities. People will throw heaps of mollies and heaps of grens, and you'll just get eaten alive. Eventually, someone will push you, and you might win the game for another squad, but you're not going to win it for yourself. So I'm going to park my car here, and that's the end of the buggy. The buggy is obviously no longer much use in this kind of a rotation. And what I'm relying on is those 2 deadlocking each other until I see an opportunity to pounce. They called in a flare, pretty confident. And I know they're there. They're just on the other side of that hill. But they can't really risk pushing across to me and giving broadside to these guys up to the north section of the map there. Now, this is the fake play I was talking about. I'm going to put that smoke. I'm going to put it between the 2 warring parties. And they're both going to grin it. they're both going to think it's a play. And I'm just looking for an opportunity. I'm looking for an opportunity to... That's come from the high area there. And then that's from the low area. They're all mollying and grinning that smoke. And it's got them focused. Which is exactly what I want. I'm looking for an opportunity to duck down below this ridge line and make some hay. Now, there's the knock. That's the time to go. They're focused up high. They've knocked and thirsted one of the guys who probably moved down towards that smoke. I'm going to molly and I'm going to gren. There's 1 up top. There's 2 down low. I've got to get it clear here. And then I'm moving away from that. I'm very worried about the guys up top now. Just keeping a low profile, changing to the red dot for ADS. And again, there he is. Now, he's definitely spotted me. Nope, no need to heal. I'm just absolutely... Oh, that's the other thing I should mention. I take every freaking health kit I can find. There is nothing worse than not having the health kits. Now, you might think I'd push that. That guy's just squad wiped. Him and his mates squad wiped a bunch of people down in those houses. They know how to play. And I'm not going to go wide open against this. I'm going to put some smokes in front of me. I'm going to push up and I'm going to make it a proper 1v1. I'm going to make it as unfair as I possibly can. Because I don't see why he should have any kind of privilege. There's still grens coming in. Like, this is legitimately not something you want to be doing. Looking for an opportunity. Getting low. Ducking. Headshots. That's what I was looking for. I got a limb and a headshot there. That's big damage. Smoke a gren. Chuck a gren up. Just keep him moving. Not letting him heal. No point getting another heal. I realise that. Behind the car. Looking to peek. and make it as easy as possible for me. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That's winning, how to win in PUBG Mobile, how to make great rotations, and how to be a happy little camper at the end of the day. 2 wins in the second place. Solo squads EU.